What's up? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Otter Gang. How we all doing? Shout out to Sniper's Nightmare and Lunar Beach's Crypto in the chat. Welcome to Lunar Beach's show. I had my phone on so I could see the chat, but I will pull up the chat over here. Give me 1 second. Welcome, everybody. Otter Gang. Looking at the charts, we're wondering, the Otter Gang here. We got some sweet photos in the Discord. Don't forget to join us in the Discord. We're looking at the charts here. Going super Otter Saiyan. Wondering, hey, where's it gonna go? Now, for me, I was looking at this. I was breaking down the last, 4 weeks, and we seem to have pumped on the weekends. Can this trend change? You know what I mean? So, I was marking this out, taking a look. Got my ranges here. This is the daily time frame. We can see that we're curving over on the market cipher as well. Money flow is still pretty thick. We were checking out the 3-day red dot as well. It seems to have printed and it's continuing. We'll have more news on that come Monday. So over the weekend, we're wondering where this price will go. Will it continue to rise or fall? That is what we're trying to figure out here, because obviously we've had some pumps on the weekend. As you can see here, all these marked out areas that, you know what, recently we have been working our way up. And over the weekend, if we zoom, let's say, into the 12 and we go back to the early Fridays, we have a strong move up over the weekend with mostly sideways action, and then boom, sideways action, boom, right? Lunar Beach Scribble said we had strong end of the day on Fridays, though, so I don't know. Stuck in La La Land. Yes, we are. It has been a bit frustrating recently, but we are in a beautiful short from the top of this range. So don't forget to set your alarms like I have here on my chart, just in case price moves up to those key areas that we want to be trading. So that's just something I was looking at just to get a kind of an idea of what has happened in the past couple of weekends. So let's jump in to the shorter term time frames. We can see that the 12-hour is still trying to curve back down. You can see there's a little bit more of a gap here with the money flow. VWAP staying underneath the zero line. So we have to continue to be patient here with the longer term time frames, right? We can see that we do have some divvies here on the 10-hour, right? So this could play out in the long term. As you can see, this momentum wave has come down quite a significant amount, so there may not be so much left in the trunk with that one, but don't forget this can curve down to the bottom. So we have to be patient here, in my opinion. Are we going to get one of those rallies come Sunday and then just shoot to the moon? Well, that's what we're trying to prevent from getting wrecked on, right? But we're also trying to be prepared to look at what these charts will give us. Lunar Beach says, yeah, don't get me on going on alerts. I missed a few good trades this week. Remember to set your alerts, people. Yes, at least do yourself the dignity to set them at the top of the ranges of whatever you're trading so that you can catch them. I shilled today in our Discord about Dot. Dot came up to this beautiful line up here, looking to short that. So we got to be prepared. We have to have these levels. We have to have the alerts set so that we can possibly get into them, right? It's very important. It helps. It allows people like me, and I know Lunar Beaches and people who have jobs, right? We can't stare at these charts all day long. Like we would love to, I'm sure. But when I'm working, swinging a hammer as a carpenter, and I get a little ding, 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 I take a break and I go back to the charts, right? Because I know that I can extract some profits at these levels, or at least look for a move, right? So we can see that we got the bear divs on these time frames, higher highs, lower lows on the momentum waves, money flow curving down. So in my opinion, this could play out for the long term. I have some key levels that I've marked out on our charts, and I gave them yesterday in the live stream yesterday. And guess what? We came down and we bounced off of this area perfectly. Now, I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything, but if you were swing trading or scalping, you would have been able to catch these levels, right? So that was from yesterday. Now we're going to take another look at it, right? Because we got to adjust these levels and our ideas and our thoughts on a daily, sometimes hourly basis in order to get the best setups possible. It's all I did the past 3 days while I was off, just studied and stared at price action. Now that's key. I think the more time you spend looking, go ahead and look at the 1 minute for an hour and just see how price moves and reacts. I don't suggest trading on the 1 minute, but you want to see price and how it develops, making higher highs. You know what I mean? If it comes up here, well, then you can expect a retrace and it to continue higher. But what if we get something that comes just below this little dot here? Well, I'd expect a reversal downtrend, right? Like, you get to see these things as the more you check out and watch price action, right? So it's very good to learn price action, to learn candles, hammer candles, shooting star candles, doji candles, engulfing candles. It goes on ad infinitum, but what we do have here is a beautiful range, right? This range we can see is right here in between the alerts, right? But I might raise this alert a little bit higher just to might have a better chance every time. Make sure that you have your notifications and everything set properly on this. Gotta go. Love you, bud. Happy days. Happy days, mate. Have a good one, Lunar. Much love, much respect. Take care. We'll catch you in the next one. I can't wait to see another video by you. Shout out to you and shout out to your wave riders. My man. All right, take care. Thank you for joining us. So let's continue here with the TA, where we think it's going to go. So obviously I've pointed out that big bear divs, it has brought us down a nice percentage. I'm up 185% on this 4.5% move, right? Because I caught the candle right up at the top here. My entry was 24,110, and it's been shared in the Discord. It was pretty stellar. I also caught this up here, rode this down, got out. Now I'm riding this one out and expecting more downside. Now where do I expect and where's my next take profit? Well, let's go into the lower time frames and look at that, right? So what do we got here? Let's pull up our levels. Let's get rid of this box here and let's see if we can get below this area. Now this area around 23,200 is holding us up because it was previous resistance before. Now we have flipped it into a sort of support here. We're kind of bouncing along, but we keep tapping on the door and we're looking to move downwards, right? So what's my expectation? My expectation and what I'm looking for is either we get another little test and a bounce, and then we break through. Remember, volume's not going to be high over the weekend until they decide to try and make a move, right? So we got to prepare and set ourselves up for success as the price moves. So right now, I've pulled a fib from down here to top here, and it lines up with here. So let's do that just so you guys can see. We pull from swing low to swing high, and we can see that we have the 0.5 here as well. So my next take profit is actually underneath here in the middle of this range. If we pull the volume profiles, we can also see that we've done this yesterday, but we have the value area high and the point of control right here. So my next take profit is definitely going to be in the middle of this range, and then I'll probably exit the trade at the bottom of the range here, right? I don't typically trade extremely long trades, so in and out look for some confluence and try to take profits along the way. Make sure you pay yourself. So if the trade does go south and it decides to go the opposite way of your trade, that you are still making profits and at least breaking even. That is key, right? No matter what, we want to preserve our capital and make sure that we're having good risk management, right? This is a very, very nice trade. I am now in profits. I've taken some out and we're looking for this to ride out. Exciting. So what else are we looking for? Well, we've had these pumps, we've had this range, so we're looking to work our way back into the middle of this range, right? If we can break through this range right here. That's my thoughts. Now, where would I look for a short entry? Well, let's zoom in and let's go down to the 24, which I really enjoy. 24 in the 12 minute, something about it, very beautiful, always seems to be respected. So we're going to pull a fib from this whole range. Now, I see that we've come up to the 0.5. We have this area right here that I was given before. So let's go from this one here. And we can see that there's a golden pocket. Oh, this whole thing just dropped here. Sorry about that. We can see that there is a golden pocket at the top of this range. Let's also pull a local volume profile. And let's look at this as well. Now, this is me and this is how I trade because I'm a short scalp trader. I like to come in, extract profits and get out. You can see that we're starting to curl over here. We're looking to make lower lows, right? You can see that's being pushed down. So, would I be looking for a long here? Quite possibly. So, I'd be looking for a long, quite possibly here, or down below like we talked about, right? What do I need to see in order to jump into a long? Well, I need to see something similar to this, but I want to see maybe a lower low like that, and then this curl up like this, right? So then we get the higher low here, and we get the divs. I will be looking for the divs. The divs is where it's at. It always seems to play out pretty well, especially on like a 12 or a 24. I wouldn't trust a div so much underneath a 12 minute. I'd be very cautious in trading that unless you're trying to get in and out really quickly. So we have the volume profile here. We can see that it's very, very choppy. Where is this point of control? Well, it matches up pretty nice with our golden pocket, right about here. So this area is where I would look to be shorting again, to get another entry or to add to the short that I'm currently in, right? If we can come up here and make some sort of swing failure pattern, right, with a bear divs, then that would be a good trade in my opinion as well. Because we have multiple confluences, right? So that's at 23.8. Also, you got to remember if I pull down this horizontal line, you can see that it is also a level of resistance, just like you can see over here as well, right? So be checking out these levels for potential moves. So you got your 23.2 and your 23.8 is currently the range that I believe that we're in, right? We've had quite the struggle trying to get back up into the range. So if I pull a fib from the top of here down to the bottom of here, you can see that we're only bouncing off the 0.5. We're not even making it up to the 0.65 golden pocket area. So obviously some big market maker or whoever it is holding price down, and it seems that it wants to go lower. Okay, so let's go out to the 4 hour, because the 4 hour is our friend and it will give us a better overview of the market. And we can see that, okay, we have this range here. Where's my targets? Let's put on the smart money concepts and bada boom, here it is. We got this beautiful gap that needs to be filled. Can we get a swing failure pattern down to here and reverse market structure? That would be interesting. Maybe a bounce here, and then this would be the target, and then from there we would have one of these, right, with continuation. That's my bearish thinking. Now, bullishly, not to bull issue, but bullishly, if we pull from the swing low here to the swing high here, we can see that we are currently bouncing off this golden pocket as well. So there is a level of support and value area high that is holding us up, that, I don't think the bulls want to give up this area. We had the news pump here, and we're bringing ourselves right back down to where we were before, right? So maybe the news, this news right here that brought us up is a lot of BS, but right now I'd be looking for this to continue downwards, right? This is a key level of support with volume, but it's also a fake pump through it, right? Like I wouldn't say news is anything realistic to TA. I mean, the wick is higher than the original wick, but it is something to consider that, hey, maybe we got pushed up because of news and we're meant to be back into this range, right? Bullishly, like I said, look for a swing failure pattern here. And besides that, I would be looking for maybe the 786 here, which maybe it lines up, or the golden pocket, sorry, and it lines up with our value area. No, the point of control. Yeah, the point of control. So patience here. Remember that it's the volume. When we pull up the volume and we go to the lower term time frames, we can see for this range, we haven't had many spikes. Besides this news right here, we haven't had many spikes. So we'll have to be patient. We'll have to see if volume slows down over the weekend, as it typically does, and we'll have to make decisions based on good TA, but also, with good risk management, a good mindset, that will pay off more. Sometimes sitting on your hands, enjoying your weekend with your family and friends is more important than being on the charts. I will be here because it's part of my responsibility to you guys and Discord. So don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you. If there's anything you would like me to look at, I'll take a look at it. But right now, I'm going to be patient. I'm letting my short ride out. Maybe we'll look for a long, but currently, right now, I believe that price is working its way back down. Let's jump over and look at some other things. So with the dots set up, I was looking at this today. You know what? We've come up to this key area of resistance, right? We have pumped up dramatically. You can see throughout that this level has been respected, right? Same with the one just below. So they have also tried to flip this into a level of support, right? But if we do break this, I could see quite a sharp move down. So that's what I was looking at DOT when I gave that setup in the Discord, and it clearly has moved down since then, right? A nice, beautiful 2% gain, which I didn't jump in right away when I set in the Discord, and I should have, but that's the name of the game. But at least this setup was given in advance, right? Let's look at Ethereum, because Ethereum is a lot like Bitcoin, but it is also different, because I know that we do have a giant gap actually underneath us here, which is very important to note that if we do, let me just pull up the VRVP. If we do look at this, and we can see right here that we have this giant gap, right? That we've moved through so quickly, right? So quickly. So if we do work our way back down, remember, going from 15,000 to 1350 is a very easy move. Very easy move on Ethereum, right? We haven't had much support throughout this whole range for quite a long time, right? Since we dropped down into this very different range during this bear market. So I'd be watching Ethereum for making a swifter move to the downside if we do break this range right up here. The same range as Bitcoin, but it's Ethereum's range in its own terms, right? So the bottom of that range would be around 15K or 1500. Sorry about that. So be careful with Ethereum, but also know that we are at the top of the range trading right now. So it's also possibly a good short setup, still able to jump in. So I'll be watching that, and I'll be sharing that as well in the Discord. I want to go over to XRP because a lot of people like XRP, and there's been bullish news, and we've come up since, and we're starting to work our way down. Just like Bitcoin, you can see we're working our way back down. Where would my targets be? Well, zooming out here and looking at the support and the resistance, the range to get under right here would definitely be, yep. So we're currently under the range, but if we look at this at 38 cents, we have a huge level of volume holding us up. So my targets, if we're looking to trade XRP, would definitely be down to this 38 range, right? This 38 cents range. Now, one thing I really wanted to note for all you guys who look at the S&P, we have pumped on the S&P, but notice that we've pumped and we've hit this level of resistance that I was talking about, right? I'll get rid of the volume down below. We have this key level of resistance now below us, right around 39.60, but we've seen the pump. Have we been rejected? That's the question. Now, the key level that I'm looking at right now is how is the American dollar going to perform, right? Because we had this huge dump with the FOMC meeting and the interest rate, and now we've recovered and we've pushed past this range. Now, this is key to note, is that we are now at the top of this range with the Dixie. So if we continue upwards, is this the next target up here for the Dixie, right? And will this bring us down? As the Dixie pumps, Bitcoin dumps, right? So this is very bullish looking to me for the Dixie. So I'm very, very cautious on trying to fire off along when the Dixie is moving upwards so strongly, right? So this is something that I'm going to keep an eye on in order to have confluence with my Bitcoin trading. So these are the key levels. I hope you're all having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. It's Saturday here. It's Friday for most people, but it's Saturday in Australia. I'm going to go and enjoy the sunshine because it's a beautiful day out. I hope you're all doing well. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. I appreciate you guys, and I love you all. Take care. Have a good one, and we'll talk soon, and I'll see you in the Discord. Links in the description. Shout out to you guys, and peace out. You're beautiful. You are a beautiful human. Go make those trades and get that risk management going, and make sure to like and subscribe because I love you guys. Peace out.